fishtail braid with your traditional braid, but slooped over the side. And it's really trending on the runways right now, and I really wanted to learn how to do it.
I'm gonna put her head down a little bit. Perfect. And I'm gonna grab it at an angle, so at the end, you don't have a lot of lines. So I'm gonna split it into two, and this is to start the fish braid, the fishtail braid. I'm gonna bring hair from the opposite side of the sections, the two sections, bring it into we're gonna call this section number 1 and section number 2. Bring it into section number 2, gathering it together. Holding your thumb there, or your fingers, you're gonna grab another section from number 2, bringing it into section number 1. Do you see how there's a cross? So it's super messy. I'm not worried about the flyaways. I'm not worried about any hair showing yet. We'll worry about that when we get to the end. So now I'm just gonna repeat this all the way to the end of her head. So I'm just finishing up the first fishtail braid we're doing. And as soon as I get done with this one, I'm gonna wrap a little clear rubber band at the end. So I can leave this out, because what I'm gonna do up here, I can just hide it. So now the next section, you wanna loosely, see how I'm letting go of that top section? And the reason why is because she has some hair extensions in there that we want to hide. So, loosely, whatever falls, let it fall, guys. Separate it in two. And you know what? I'm going to take this out to grab tight. And then we'll fix it when we're done. So the same thing. Section 1, section 2. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing, and I'm gonna leave it a little loose. Right now, I'm gonna leave it alone until I wrap it around at the end. I'm gonna make this one a little messy. So the way to do that is you loosen it up at the very end and start stretching it away. Away. Do you see how that makes it much bigger? And another, you rub it. So almost doing this to create the texture. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So see the difference between this one and then this is more rough. I have my two fishtail braids done. One's messy, one's clean. And what I'm gonna do is wrap it around her head, but it's gonna create a little bulk right here. So I'm gonna lightly swoop this back with my fingers and wrap around. So if I turn you this way, you see exactly how it's coming along. So I'm gonna start pinning this, making this look really a little bigger. I need to adjust, so I'm gonna stretch it out a little more. So the more you stretch, the more you get, the bigger it gets. Because I'm liking what I'm seeing. So again, swoop this back. See how it looks so much better, bigger on her? So I'm gonna use a few pins to hide my little imperfections down here, and then I'm gonna pin that up. I'm using a different color pin so you can see exactly where I'm sticking it in. And I'm gonna lightly still scoop it. So see how it just hugged that?
Right, yeah.
So it made it look better. So I'm gonna put one on the opposite side, because this is what's gonna hug it. So moving the hair away, putting one, And I'm gonna put a black one again, so you can see exactly where I'm putting. Just right underneath. Right underneath. Now that I have this hanging loosely, I'm gonna start pushing it up. I'm gonna tease her hair lightly so we don't see any of the hair extensions. I'm using a back clip again, just so you see where I put this. And I'm just lightly, if your head, just depending on anyone's length, lightly wrap it around my finger and see how I'm pushing up. That's what you wanna do, is push up. That'll create height. Lightly spraying with the Does It All from Bumble. And the reason why I'm using this is because I can still move it around later. If I use something stronger, it'll be harder for me to manipulate. So I'm gonna release this a little bit again, so it can help me hide this pin.
This is ours.
Yes. And this takes practice, guys. It's you're manipulating this whole time until you get it right. So I'm gonna put a Stylist clip up here just to hold it for me while I adjust the back really quick. I'm using some bobby pins. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lightly bend one side and bend the other side. What this does is when I put it in the hair, it won't come out. So when you're doing updos, it'll stay. It grabs on to the hair right here. So I'm gonna do first this. So I'm gonna stick it in.
I've never seen that done before.
Yeah, it's a cool technique. So then I'm gonna grab this, and so I'm putting it in like facing this way up and digging it in, coming back. That way it's almost like you're grabbing. So now I need to hide this. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Pin it. Yeah. Down here, you just want to stick them straight, regular bobby pins,
okay,
straight in. So this, I'm gonna connect it lightly with that one over there. So it's gonna go at a light angle.
okay.
And I like this right here, so I'm gonna leave it. I like that. So now we're headed to the front. And what I'm gonna do is I like this little thing that she has going on, this little wave. So I'm gonna lightly grab it and just create a regular braid, my 3 strands, very, very loosely. Very loose. If you guys can see that, it's really loose. And just, again, just see where it's going, see where it's taking you. Taking my clip out, holding with this other hand.
I love those little bobby pins. That's such a great technique.
Hiding it.
Yeah. Well, I've just never known how to use those bobby pins before.
And then bringing this forward. And then right here, you can just start playing with it.
Yeah, because it's
wrapping it. It's a messy look, just wrapping, pinning. So I'm gonna spray it down a little and then do my finishing touches. And now she can go have fun.
You like it? I know you've been sitting here for half an hour. Thank you so much. Wow, it's so beautiful, right?